Brian here. Today, I wanted to share with you the importance of maintaining a good health and the relationship with medications. Some diseases or conditions, like you really need modern medicines. And then a lot of life has been saved, and life got a lot, quality of life gets a lot better because of the those medications. But I would say like majority of conditions like feeling lousy or not having enough energy or like a joint pain or some other things. A lot of things actually. The You can't really think straight or you have a lack of focus. Many things are attributed to the your lifestyle, and a lot of times like people take medications for like the headache or just a little bit of upset stomach and so on. But what I want you to really concern really about is by taking medications, you may be just uh, cover the symptoms rather than fixing the root cause. And a lot of times, like the root causes are what you eat, how you sleep, and how much you exercise, right? I mean, let's say if you have a joint pain or some sort of like a fatigue or like a heaviness in daily life, you might think it's fine. But then let's say if you are like the 10 pounds, let's just imagine like if you are 10 pounds less, then just carry that 10 pounds weight around and walk around every day. It'll affect your joint, your energy level, and so on. So even 10 pounds matters quite a lot. But oftentimes, because that it's been really gradually probably gain weight or spend years, and it feels natural because it's part of your body. That many people just let go for even 20 pounds or 30 pounds overweight from a normal. You might look good or you might feel okay, but as I said, just try out how much measured, like let's say 20 pounds, and then lift it up or put it in the backpack and the walk around, and you will see how much effect this type of like gaining weight and that type of thing. So it really affects your body. And of course, like if that's the case, then your back's gonna start hurting, your joints gonna ache, and then there's a lot of like secondary effects. So what can you do, right? And then oftentimes like you might try to get to like a really healthy state, like let's say eat better, right? Like a fasting, and like it works in a short period of time, utilize, but then this type of like a methodology, but it's a it's a short term like a boost, I would say. But eventually you wanted to adjust to your lifestyle. So you might want to challenge your assumption that you have to eat like 3 times a day, right? Like you might be just need twice a day or once a day. And then, for instance, if you just want to, let's say, lose weight, all you need to do is just eat less. But then why it's hard? Because it tastes great, whatever have been eating, and then it's sort of like a addiction already. You don't want to kind of let go of the pleasure that you're having. But then a lot of times, what you can do is you can substitute. Yeah, substitute with something tastier, uh, and then like more nutritious, right? Like a body stop needing something like a actual need to eat more, as long as they get, the body gets the sufficient nutrients. So it's important that you really have to watch what you eat. But the psychologically, like it's easier to say said than done, just because you always wanted to you're gonna feel hunger, you know, when you're going through the journey, and then you might feel lack of energy if you're doing it for a long time. and then when you eat, you feel better. So you revert back to the kind of old things, and it kind of go kind of up and down, and eventually it doesn't really change that much. So, but then in those cases, a lot of times I want you to really imagine what you could become, like a better look. You feel more confident, like if you get really fit, and then you can feel better about yourself the daily. Even as you get to that point, like you're putting energy, you see the progress, and that gives you the great mental feedback. But then, just like everything else, it requires certain sort of endurance, like a certain self-suffering. And there's no way that if you do it naturally, that you don't feel really shitty, or like you really don't want to do it, because it start really it's almost like a suffering, right? Like suffering, like you feel hungry, but then you only eat just not to the full as you used to with a junk food or something, but then you have to eat something that whole foods, or like with good proteins and quality food. And that type of kind of selection things might be difficult things to do. What you can do is like you wanted to uh, keep it simple, like find like your routine so that you don't have to really think about what you need to eat daily. The more you kind of waste, like think about, oh, what am I gonna eat today? What am I gonna eat, whatever. Then you might get like really tiring by itself, and then you might slip. So have some sort of like a whole foods, like a very easy to make something just kind of prepared, and then just keep that routine. And if you get hungry, then just a snack, something like a fruit, or something that very healthy, and then just keep at it. But the one thing, just like anything else, if you do the same thing, your nutrients might get really tilted to one thing. That's not good. Sometimes you might be doing it wrong. So like a cheat day, like once a week, or something like that, you can just eat whatever, just to kind of get the possibly that what you miss might for your body, you might gain. So so same thing as a sleeping, right? Like some people say you can't really sleep, but then you're drinking caffeinated, like let's say coffee or tea, or even a sport drink. Not recommend at all, especially there's all sorts of sugar in it. But the more you are aware of what you're consuming to your body, generally speaking, you could fix your illness, or something that you've been feeling something might not be right. But then the more you utilize like all these like stimulants, like a caffeine just stimulant, right, or some kind of medication, that will just mask that symptoms. And those things are only for you exhaust your natural remedy, so to speak, or you've done all you can to, like, let's say, have a good, uh, healthy body weight, and also good amount of exercise and good sleep. Then even that, if you have some sort of like symptoms, right, then you should take some kind of medication. But then generally speaking, let's say if you have a skin condition or some kind of itchy, it might be the fact that you might need to clean the room, or you never know. Like you got to kind of investigate what went wrong. After that, the even that, then if something happened, then possibly there might be a biological mechanism that are a little whacked. But oftentimes you should be able to find some sort of improvement in either way. So not just entirely rely on medication, but then your lifestyle change as well. And everybody's has a different body response. Some people tends to work in a certain diet or like sleep pattern and so forth. So it's not all sides fit all. So make sure that you adjust, you listen to your body carefully. But then the basic rule, sleep, exercise, eating good, will not change. That's just a foundational thing for the human health. So if you don't want to take medication for the rest of your life, or ended up going to a surgery or some sort of like having some kind of medical emergencies, then it's important that you live daily with some sort of awareness. And then the good part about it is it's actually not a hard things. Like once you get used to living healthy as a habit, then you feel better every day, and not just internally, but then from the way you look, and then you feel more confident, and your life will be much better doing this way. So thank you for watching, and please share your comments and likes and subscribe, and I will see you next time.